That shouldn't be an issue because, I can just go into the game scene and I don't need the cam anyways.
Yes, right.
Right?
Anyway, yes, green team for this game on Shatterized is going to be TORAZ, and they're going to be running Kremlin, Preußen, Brisbane, Moskva, Gear, Kleber. Holy. Alright. One of you want to tell me about Poppy?
I'm gonna do Popeye. So they have 2 battleships as well. They have Vermont, Poison. They have a Salem, a Marseille, a Venezia, and a Moskva. And then for the DDs, a Yuyang, a Shimakaze, and a Des Moines, which spawned next to the DDs because they brought too many cruisers.
I was wondering like how you managed to skip over Des Moines in the team lineup there. Okay. But yes, that's a lot of Klebers. I'm going to go take a look at the builds of these Klebers because I'm assuming one of these guys is running leg mode at least, right? Right?
I don't. I usually don't do it on this map.
No, not a single leg mod Kleber. There is a leg mod gearing though. Brisbane running standard stuff. Reload mod, we got a Moskva over here with...
Why is there poison in my game?
Why is there a rudder mod?
Why is there 2 poisons in my game? Oh, wait,
I don't
Schlieffen is
know. There are
banned.
some questionable builds.
Schlieffen is banned. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Why is there
banned.
poison in my game?
We don't know.
Preußen's not an uncommon pick on this map. Like, we've seen Angel Stone specifically likes to run Preußen in this. So I assume the strat dispenser herself has been giving out some Preußen strats on this
Yes,
map.
and he should have just died without doing anything until the fucking Napoli decided to just give him broadside for no reason, so...
And you just put the poisons on 6 line, 7 line, usually 6 line, and just wait there for the start. Interesting pick is the Venezia for me here.
Yeah, it's also running rudder
I'm not
mod,
really
which kind
sure.
of caught my eye. Also, that's a leg mod Shimmer.
I also see an awful lot of people running Priority Target or Demo Expert, especially on the Moskva instead of Radar Duration.
Well, I heard
yeah.
that you Penta guys absolutely love priority targets, if you were. Anyway, initial deployments over at the A cap. The green team TORAZ are going to be sending Kleber with a Moskva and Kremlin somewhere in support. Preußen looks to be making his way towards the B cap. And then over at C, we're sending another pair of Klebers, and then the leg mod gearing Brisbane, and yes, that's all that. One of you two want to do the red team? I'll let you fight over it.
Yeah. We have a pretty even split for Poppy, I would say. Yuyang, Venezia going wide, Des Moines probably going for the 7-line island, if I see that correctly, and Salem Poison going for the 6-line B contest spot. Meanwhile, on the A side, we have a Shimakaze dropping torps towards the Klebers, which are like long gone before the torps arrive, with Marseille, Moskva, and Vermont in the bag.
So the interesting part will be both caps will be flipped here for them, obviously. Like, there's nothing they can do about it. And, like, A won't be really recontested anytime soon. They will need the Moskva to even be close to it. Marseille and Shimmer can't contest the claps right now. And the same kind of on C. So TORAZ doesn't really bring a lot of firepower apart from the claps to both these flanks. Like, Brisbane usually does basically not a lot of damage. It just delays enemies. Gearing itself can only really drop torps, so...
Fanblade and the Des Moines did get spotted earlier. They took a bit of a chunk from the Preußen. This approach to that island for a Des Moines generally ends up with them like suffering. I've seen like a lot, but he managed to get away with it.
There's battleship openings that fuck this approach.
Oh yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah.
You guys did that to Shaft, except it was Moskva, and it was North.
Like, especially when you have the clap early spotting, this approach is really dangerous. And you can definitely fuck that one. It didn't happen here. So, like, I'm a bit curious what Yuyang is doing, why he's not further outside already.
So we have a Salem from Poppy going to be making his way into the B cap. They will at least get that and stop the points bleed somewhat, but they're still going to be like losing ticks on 2 caps to 1, so it's not a comfortable position. Both sets of Klebers going all the way to the very outsides of the map to try and lock down that side, and it's going to be quite hard for anyone to push into this. Like
Shimmer contesting, I think the Shimmer contesting A is really dangerous for the Shimmer. You can get weighted by the Moskva easily, and the 2 Klebers definitely have shots.
I don't think he's actually planning on contesting. He's sitting outside of it. Well, no.
But C-cap is where they could actually do progress if the claps are not careful.
One of the Klebs over at the 10 line just took a massive chunk. I think he got slapped by the Des Moines?
I think that was Venezia, actually.
The problem is they can kill the Des Moines here. The Poison can just shove it in there, and they have spotting if needed by the Poison Hydro, and they can just kill this Des Moines. And what is left afterwards is the Yuyang Venezia. That's not really a flank.
Yep.
Well, the Des Moines is now going to suffer because there is a smoked up Kleber, a smoked up Brisbane, a second Kleber, and then a Gearing just staring him down. So this Des Moines is going to have to back up. But the problem is, if he does back up, there's a price in there ready and waiting.
Blix
and
4 on his
really
clip,
cover.
needs to be careful. He's down to 3k HP. He took
He's
a...
unspotted right now, but he can't shoot
Yeah.
him anymore.
How did he even get was that the Venezia again? The Venezia.
I
It
think
was
it was-
Venezia, yes.
yeah.
He fucked up his
Hey.
dodging a bit.
Well, Van Blade definitely suffering, but honestly,
No
I'm pretty
damage on no heal. He's ticking down very fast here.
There's definitely a wee bit of suffering going on. He can probably get Dark behind this rock now, though, right?
Nah, the poison is pushing up already, so if he actually manages to go dark there, the poison will pop Hydro. There's
Oh,
no
yeah, the
way.
person hasn't actually used his Hydra yet.
He does go dark for now, but the poison is like 1.5 kilometers away from Hydro range.
Like at this point, the Yuang should come and just actually like it's already pretty much too late. But the Yuang should have definitely smoked him away out of there, or
Well,
they
look,
should have
Yu
maybe
Yang
not
is
even committed
now
in the first
radared.
place.
Yu Yang currently suffering from a radar from the Brisbane, with Kleber, and Gearing and the Brisbane itself all staring at him. So he's now going to suffer.
He's running away, he should be fine. And they're not really focusing on him. They wanted a mind kill.
Des Moines is now respotted by the Hydra. Des Moines pops his I'm going to die radar, just is like, alright, I'm going to die. I'm at least going to tell you where everything is before I die. Oh, look, there's a price in there. Help.
Goes.
And the Des
Easy
Moines
kill.
finally dies. Okay.
Venezia getting another big chunk on a Kleber here, so...
A is actually not that bad for now. Because the claps are so far split, one of them needs to get on the Cap Island to actually spot the Shimmer now. Because for now the Shimmer can go in, and if the Marseille and the Moskva together just run up A-line a bit, the Kreml is nowhere near, so there's no crossfire. And they can actually push them away and get control of the A-Cap here. C-Cap is completely lost. They can do no play for C, and the Poison right now, probably the best is to just ram to make more room
I'm
for
not
the
even
Salem.
I'm not even sure if he has another option here. Like, he can't really get away anymore.
No,
because
he
he's
needs
committed
to
for the
ram.
cap.
Otherwise, over time,
Yeah.
he will just die for free. He definitely needs to ram, and they need to make the one-line play here.
There's nothing that can prevent the ram here. Every DD is too far away, and they don't have the firepower to burst his poison down.
Okay, so he is going for it, and he will most likely get the ram.
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult to manage to mess up a RAM on a stationary pricing, but if anyone's going to find the way, I'm sure that the Super Unicorns we have here in King of the Sea will find an excellent way to miss a RAM. Henning, how many times have you missed rams?
Never.
Actually, a few times, but I don't think in any, like, situation where it mattered. I sometimes, like, try to actively avoid rams because we were, like, in such a bad position that I somehow needed to, like, get a drive-by off, and, well, obviously that basically never works.
So,
Okay.
with the...
Poison gets a shell out on the Brisbane. This could be good.
Yeah, I was about to say this, like...
I think he's unaware of it, and a good Venezia chunk. Poison sadly not doing any damage. And
with the green
the
price
ram will
sign
go
in reverse
off.
there, that allowed that salvo to go off instead of just...
Oh, wait.
Wait, what?
Nah.
No, he does not fuck it up. There's no way. Okay. But
Yes, he does.
Holy
Yes, he does.
Wizard survives. So that is really bad now.
Joe,
That is incredibly bad.
Solitude, as a Super Unicum, can you please explain to me how low-speed ramming mechanics work?
No one can. It's just...
That shouldn't have been a low-speed ram, by the way. That looked like
It might have been a
ramming
missing
flag
flag
issue.
as well.
That might have been a ramming flag issue right there.
Flag diff. Flag
Usually,
diff.
even when reversing, both should die if they're like same HP.
In theory,
Like
yeah.
same maximum HP and ramming flag. This is probably a no ramming flag moment here.
And that's tragic.
Yeah, like...
So now Poison
Yeah.
can just collect the Salem, and you have Clips potentially running at the Vermont.
I mean,
And
Poppy
they
did
still
flip-
haven't done their one-line play. Instead, they just are kind of stationary there and getting farmed. But getting farmed by two Clips is just not fun.
It's not, actually. It turns out that being set on fire repeatedly is a painful experience, and I would not recommend it to anyone.
Like, at this point, they like, Poppy flipped A, but it doesn't even matter. Like, points-wise, TORAZ is still winning, because it is so far ahead in ships.
How does Venezia fare against Brisbane in a 1v1 here?
In general, like, when it's a shootout, pretty well, but Brisbane can just decide to go dark and spam torpedoes and not care. Also, you can tank the SAP pretty long, so you don't really kill him, but he also doesn't really kill you, and it's annoying to push into.
What he's saying is he doesn't really have an option to perform anything over on the C flank then.
No, the Venezia is useless. At this point, C flank, there's just nothing they can do, really.
Venezia's kind of caught by one here.
Like, apart from sharpening the Ewing into the cap, which they have to do now. But then again, do they really care? They're killing a Moskva right now. The poison is at least threatening B, while Sniping Cat is coming over as well. The Moskva is fine.
I'm having a German internet moment right now.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Your internet
microphone is unfortunately...
Oh yeah, my OBS decided to die for a second. Nice.
Okay.
It's great. It's reconnecting.
Oh, nice.
Right.
German internet moment. Don't worry, my stream still works, technically.
Yeah. Venezia's probably gonna die to tops here, if I see that correctly. The giving tops
is he really dying to tops?
Yeah, the giving tops are landing. There's nothing he can do.
But he has rudder mode. That means he can dodge. No, one doesn't. Yeah. Alright, well, so that's...
Honestly, a little bit unnecessary. But this game is not quite over yet. The Jürgen is actually flipping C, so it would have given Poppy a little bit of time.
The Kieran gets it right back.
The only reason the Yu Yang was even able to get that cap is because the Venezia was creating space, but because Venezia took the space, took the tops there.
Well, yeah, but he could have stopped there. Like, he didn't need to commit that hard. It's enough if he stays very close to C there.
And what is surprising on A is that Marseille and a Moskva versus double clap and a Moskva. One of the Moskvas dies and the other one is still alive on 20k HP.
To be fair, there was a Vermont getting involved in that situation.
Sure, but TORAZ also had a Kreml at least for a while until he disengaged. Like, it should have just been a trade, at least. So that is not good right now, but the Kreml is now coming into B.
Poppy's also getting a poison kill in mid here.
Yeah, but that poison should have been dead a long time ago, if it wasn't for a little ramming flag incident. Do you reckon the Vermont can go for a ram on the Kremlin afterwards as well?
Maybe.
TORAZ shouldn't allow it, especially the claps are coming over. Worst case scenario, you just send the clap in there, but it should never come that far, to be honest.
One gets the kill, and honestly, this kind of flips the game a little bit on its head. TORAZ is just kind of struggling to keep their cap advantage and point advantage.
But they do have a smoke on C now for the Brisbane, and
oh, the Young need to dodge tops.
So the Yu Yang might eat torps, the Yu Yang might just get raided and lose all its HP.
He's found a nice little gap, and never mind. He's refound the gap. There, he's fine.
Raider's down for another 10 seconds for the Brisbane. Not sure if he's gonna pop it.
And I guess the plan here is just send the Salem at the Brisbane and hope you catch him.
So I just want to point out something. Despite bringing 4 clevers, they have managed to even up the HP. That's kind of nuts.
I mean, considering they were up 2 ships right at the start, I don't think that's actually that, good of a result right now.
I think the A trades were really bad for them.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure why the Salem is YOLOing in like that. I guess he's just trying to get the Brisbane here. It's not the Raider Salem, so I think
really... Oh, the clap is going for the Yu Yang?
Clap
is doing the play, and we also see Sniping Cat going in, which may result in him getting torped, or a ram, which would also be bad for TORAZ.
Well, the Shimmer already missed. Well, he got 2 torpedoes on the bow of the Kremlin, and then the smoke dissipated. Sniping Cat didn't actually get the shot off on the Shimmer, but now, remember that situation we're talking about with the Vermont and the Kremlin ram? It might just be happening anyway.
The Shimmer's in a good position to prevent a ram here.
I'm not sure if he's
Vermont reverses. If Shimmer has torps ready, then this might just not be a ram.
This is a leg mod Shimmer though, so lining this up is going to be difficult.
The Salem does actually find the Brisbane in the background.
Oh, he comes around the corner, but he doesn't have smoke ready, so the Kreml turret traverse might be good enough, and now Sniping Cat knows his position and won't go for it anymore. I think he should have just waited a bit.
Shimmer smokes.
Yeah, smoke is now up. The Kremlin might blind fire this, but
he does. He gets him.
Yeah, blind fire. Okay.
Yeah, the
Salem actually killed the Brisbane.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Shimmer fucked that one up.
Just a slight, I guess.
He had a top set and just missed that one.
So
Now the
Kremlin
now
can
the
potentially
Kremlin
get the shot through the
now
Moskva
the
as
Vermont
well.
should just go for the ram, otherwise the Moskva might just die as
So
well.
both teams fucking up a bit here. I don't know where those kleptops are going to, but hey, the Shimmer is already dead.
Straight to the bow of the Moskva gets not nearly enough, but...
Did the Kremlin just fuck up? Because Vermont acceleration is really strong here. He could just
I
go,
think Sniping Cat actually fucked up. It looks like he's not getting the ram, but he's getting the Moscow ram.
Is the Vermont getting a salvo into him?
He got it, but he didn't really deal a lot of damage, and he gets the Moscow
And there's the ram on the Moskva.
That is unfortunate for Poppy.
Yep. Moskva definitely more important here to get the claps out.
So the Salem's still low HP, the Claps all pretty low HP as well.
Yeah, but they're at a decent range where actually landing the shells with the Salem is going to be difficult. So...
Evermont is actually down to 0 heals right now, and there are drops coming in. If he eats one and gets the flooding, that could be the end of him. Afterwards, the Marseille really needs to push in.
He does the dodging right now, but he's overturning for the second set. He's eating 2.
Oh, he's eating 2.
He does have damage already, so
he's fine
wouldn't be a
now,
perma-flood.
But the Klebs might just decide...
Doesn't actually eat a flood at all, so doesn't even need to put
suffering.
damage gun. He's
Salem's
getting
on double
farmed by everyone.
It's just painful to hit Claps in that thing. He
He's
has a
running
damage con running right now. He has a heal in 50. He should be fine for now at least.
Yeah, but
the points are ticking for green, and getting B back won't save them. They need a kill here. They need a kill, or the Salem needs to go and
they also need to not eat
into
these
C.
torpedoes. Oh dear.
Yeah, they...
Okay, that was...
The problem is, they're not gonna get a kill. It's 4 Klebers and a Gearing. They just shouldn't die ever.
So you have to send the Salem back into the sea cap.
But the Salem is just not going for that.
He's got 1 minute 33 to change his mind and turn around and go get it, but by that point, you've already lost too many points.
He doesn't have the room to maneuver.
You also have no way of getting vision on any of these ships. It's 5 destroyers just lurking in the distance, waiting to just jump on you like a pack of rabid wolves. Like, what do you do here if you're the Salem? Do you turn in the hard way and give broadside to 4 Klebers? No, that's suicide. You have to, like, turn and go the other way, but you don't have a choice. You don't have the time.
I'm pretty sure that the Salem should have just, like, stayed at the island south and just waited for the heal and reversed back into sea.
I'm actually surprised he's not popping the heal immediately.
I mean, that's good that he's not popping it right now, but, like,
You've got 2
he needs to run into the goddamn
I
cap.
think he should have, so he has a chance to get his last heal up as well, while he's trying to contest C. He really needs that.
I mean,
but
it's
now it's
unrealistic for him to make it there. There's one clip of Emma which has a lot of HP. Like, they can sacrifice one clip if absolutely needed, but usually like none of them should really die here.
They're all opening up at the same time. Real boosters are up. And just look at this. Like, look at the amount of damage coming on the Salem. He's just like, ah!
Just from every direction.
Like, he's trying desperately to get the shots back out, but
he doesn't even get into the cap in time. There's no way. It's a win for green. TORAZ wins this.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, Salem misplaying by just leaving the rock. Could have reversed back in.
There was a lot of like weird shit going on in that game, but in the end, TORAZ takes game 1 here.
Well, that was certainly a game. So remember, like,
it was certainly a game.
Remember, like, at the start when like everyone's like, "Hey, no, Clever Wolfpack's aren't a problem." Oh dear. So, Solitude, as a member of PTA, what can you tell me about your opinion on how many Clebers should be allowed?
I don't think really having a limit is too big of a thing. Like, Maso is basically shadow banned. You don't pick Maso.
Yeah.
The other options are too good. So it's basically you ban Kleb or you leave it open. Usually teams will run 1 or 2 Klebs. And like a full wolf pack Kleb is like in clan battles not really that good of a thing. Like it's if teams know how to play against it, it's counterable. It's not completely overpowered or anything, which a lot of people believe it is. I guess, but it's not that good of a strat, especially in a tournament where people actually prepare their strats very well. And so, yeah, it's surprising to actually see it even, and I don't think it's a big issue.
So, I would want to point out that those clubs were definitely suffering at the hands of that Venezia early on. But unfortunately, the Venezia was forced into going forward, and then he ate some gearing torps, and then you no longer have the instant fuck you to a Kleber of like a big sat volley, and it just. By that point, it was already spiraling out of control, though. They'd already lost their Des Moines like a couple of minutes in because, you know, the Klebers all turned upon him and then the pricing went up its arse. Then we had the slight issue with, like, a bit of a ram flag diff, shall we say, which allowed the pricing to do a lot more things than it should have. I don't know if the pricing surviving actually made that big of a difference, though, because it did end up just getting rammed off, and I'm not sure if it did anything else.
It made the Vermont lose a lot of HP.
Yeah, but the Vermont ended up ramming off anyway, so...
No, it didn't.
No. He rammed the Moskva.
The Kremlin rammed the Moskva, the Vermont lived, but was just kited away by Clevers and went really low. I don't actually think it made a difference because the Vermont ended up living anyways. But...
It also didn't quite... I mean, there was a slight difference maker with the ramming flag not existing because, well, actually it wasn't the ramming flag, but more the fact that Polish Wizard chose to reverse in his pricing rather than go for the ram immediately. It allowed one big salvo to come in on the Brisbane, which meant that Salem had an easy job picking up that kill later on. But again, that wasn't the difference maker, so...
No, the damage was actually not from Preußen. It was from the Venezia.
Yeah, the Preußen completely missed.
Preußen didn't deal any damage, no.
Alright, I just assumed it was the Preußen. Or maybe the Preußen shooting forced him to turn and that's why he took Venezia damage, I don't know.
I don't know.
Either way, that ram. Right, so, what's
Yeah,
next? I'm being messaged.
Oh yeah, we have different bands for this map. I forgot. We have Daring band from TORAZ and Ohio band from Poppy.
I have been told to turn the Germans down a bit. I'm being Anschluss too hard. Okay, I've turned the Germans down slightly. Done.
Too bad.
Unfortunately, yes. So, Germans.
What's up?
Tell me, Islands of Ice, our upcoming map. How do you feel about it?
I hate middle because middle is like extremely north-sided.
As a
Like,
player,
like,
I also
it's
hate
both.
it as well, yeah.
The four-line island is like you from the south spawn you basically can't play it. Like you get shot from all different kinds of angles. Especially battleships love to like have a look at that position if you have something positioned there. And as you already seen as well, the small island on the south side inside the B cap is also way more vulnerable to any kind of play compared to the north one. It makes contesting be really awkward. Meanwhile, the other caps are fairly balanced, I feel. But maybe you know more about that, sorry.
I mean, so, like, the C cap is usually in clan battles where this map is played the most non-existent. It's different. You have home caps. So this is a bit unique for tournaments compared to clan battles, just different cap layouts. A is about the same, it usually is. Maybe it's a bit bigger or smaller or a bit differently placed, but A is about the same.
Can you tell an ambulance to shut up, by the way?
No, I can't. So, yeah, like, a C cap is pretty easy to get radar on, and it usually just is about the 10-line island, which is playable from both sides. I don't really think there's any real favorite there. I think maybe it's a bit better from North.
I have an update on the maps for this. So the bands for this map, we have a Daring band coming in from TORAZ and an Ohio band coming in from Poppy.
You did say that already.
We had that already.
What do you mean? When?
I did say that.
Yeah, we had that since the beginning. Since before we even started streaming.
Oh.
It's new, it's fine, Pencil.
Look, I was just saying this because we changed the bands from the last map. I was like trying to make it think that I was trying to like be like
about 2 minutes after the last game finished, I already said that these bands were a thing.
You think I listen to you? Look, you don't even have a camera right now. You're a tiny little speck in the void.
Look, is the camera coming back, Henning?
I gave up.
You gave up, okay.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hang on, let me go change your studio mode. Let me go set you up so we're just gonna have the picture of you. Because you're cursed.
I already did that on my stream as well because I gave up.
Welcome to Henning, who is cursed as fuck. He's just, like that's just Henning. He's just this now.
Actually, I can probably start my virtual camera right now and just, you know.
Oh no, keep that. Oh, the room is closed for some reason.
Actually, no.
I guess we're rejoining. So that was which is search for referee. While we'll do this, I'm gonna like set the next map video to Islands of Ice, and I'm gonna go like, hey, look, somebody's gonna tell you about Islands of Ice that isn't us, and then they can tell you about Islands of Ice. Like on that. Seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Far north of the Arctic Circle lies a battlefield as hostile as the opposing fleets. In a place where the temperature can be as fatal as enemy action, only one team will claim ultimate victory. This is Islands of Ice. Islands of Ice is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from east to west. The A cap is on the extreme left, B is in the center, and C is on the far right. The new cap layout will have captains dodging both shells and islands like never before. Capture point A size has been reduced, which now means destroyers will no longer be able to capture it from the safety of the outer islands. Destroyer captains must now go for broke by rushing the middle island or play cautiously around enemy radar. Capture point B's size has been reduced even further. It will now be more challenging for destroyers to capture this point without exposing themselves to potential enemy fire. The large island on the western edge allows cruisers and destroyers to provide fire support into the capture zone. Capture point C no longer affords captains the safety of any cover whatsoever. The large island to the right and the islands above and below will prove valuable real estate for radar cruisers. Destroyer captains must take extra care not to freeze if caught on radar. Further complicating offensive pushes, a white picket fence of islands segregates the eastern third of the map. This will funnel aggressive plays through predetermined corridors, making positioning ships easier for the defender and hampering cross-map fire support. What strategies and tactics have teams devised to earn victory on the latest version of one of the game's oldest maps? Let's find out. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Islands of Ice.
And so when do we see when the map video's over? Oh, okay,
It's now.
It's now.
Well-
It's over.
Well, yours goes
not.
black, but I have set up some OBS magic so that as soon as my my video finishes, it comes back to whatever the last scene I was on. Because black
Oh,
magic
shit.
fuckery. Yep.
Apparently, my
don't
cut
do that.
stinger is fucked sometimes. That's good.
Yeah, I had to change the cut stinger on my end. Like I had to manually edit the delay. It's like it's like.
No, it just didn't happen this time.
Oh, alright, that's nice. Okay, wonderful.
We're just straight up
Imagine
cut.
setting up things in advance, right?
It
Or
was.
fixing
It,
your
it was
webcam.
working. It was working yesterday. Okay.
So
Sure.
okay, so a little bit of background. We were just like sat in a voice chat call for ages earlier on, and like Henning's camera was working completely fine, and I
Yep.
laughed at him for being blue. And he was like, "Hey, look, Panzer, I fixed it," because he downloaded some software, fucked with the software, and now it's fucked it entirely, completely. It's just fucked.
Yep.
So basically, in attempting to unblue yourself, you've blew your camera up, which is legitimately impressive.
It is impressive, yes. And I hope I can like fix it at all, because otherwise, you know, I'm just gonna not have a webcam for like my future streams.
It's fine.
Well,
Right,
Game is
anyway.
starting.
We are indeed starting. TORAZ versus Poppy game number 2 on Islands of...
Well, did anyone look if the spawns are reversed?
TORAZ is on the green team. The
Alright.
best part about this is I switched to the game scene, expecting it to load by the time that, like, you know, instead I just, like, everyone just sees training room chat. It's like, oh yeah, professional quality. Anyway, green team for this game will once again be TORAZ. They're going to be running Vermont, St. Vincent, Brisbane, Des Moines, Gearing, Forest Sherman, Kleber, and Kleber.
And Poppy is running Schlieffen, Conqueror, Brisbane, Des Moines, Stalingrad, Marseille, Napoli, Gearing, and a Yuyang.
So, one thing, Forest Sherman.
Why?
Exactly, I was wondering the same thing. I'm not really a fan of the Forest Sherman. It has a smoke, it has a 5-kilometer hydro, but it's so slow. It's so
And
slow.
probably just for the B cap to just hydro their DD.
Yeah, but you could just bring a
Yeah.
Z52 and
Yeah, you
like
can
have the
bring a
extra hydro.
C2, Z42. You can bring a vampire. Like, there are better options.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they chose it. Maybe they have a strat where they want the smoke.
Let's go take a look at some
And the
builds
Hydra?
anyway. The Bears
Or
once
maybe
again
they
running various sorts of wolfpack buggery stuff. The Forest Sherman over here going to be running a smoke mod, range mod, BFT. Because yes, yes. I'm not getting involved in that discussion. You can deal with that later. Vincent going to be running fire prevention. He's not going to be running the. He's not going to be running the weird build that we saw yesterday from people, where you just take like Furious and regret your life choices when people set you on fire. We have a Vermont with rudder mod because prop mod is overrated, I guess. Why? I think. Why am I the only person who runs prop mod on every battleship? Is that just a me thing? Am I just wrong?
It depends. There's like for example on Montana where the rudder shift time is absolutely atrocious. I can see the option to run rudder mod for sure. But usually it's either prop mod or it's even damage con mod if you like don't wanna run basics, which is totally understandable because basics kinda sucks for 3 points.
Leafin going to be taking no fire prevention build. He's going to be taking the full secondary and the consumable time reduction because he does have access to fast damage controls. Not that much. Swift and Silence gearing with a leg mod. We have a Stalingrad running range mod. Apparently, I'm the only person who thinks range mod Stalingrad is cringe, but apparently it's the meta, and I'm just wrong. So I'm going to stop complaining about range mod Stalingrads.
Yeah, in competitive range
I
mod
actually
Stalin
like it, so, but we have action on A. So both collabs are in the A cap, and there's the smoke, there's the radar, which might reset in time on one of them, but eventually they should get the cap. So
That's
not even
okay.
hitting, really hard to hit in the Brisbane, and now
Yeah,
the
especially
problem
that
for
range.
them is they just have a Young smoke. It's only a Young smoke, not a gearing smoke, but the smoke is in a really awkward space, and while that is happening, TORAZ can just smoke down the one line and actually get a lot of ground for now.
Let's take a look at this
Plus
initial
the cap
deployment
is
anyway.
ticking.
So over the A-cap, we did see that double Colbert got there incredibly early, backed up by Gearing, Brisbane with a smoke combination. Then we have a Vermont lurking between A and B, nothing really contesting the B-cap at all. And over at C, we've sent the Kleber, Sherman, Des Moines, and Vincent. So Sherman, Des Moines smoke train? Not really sure about that one. What do you want to go over the red team for me?
So
We
we have
have-
Napoli, Brisbane, Yuyang on A, but Brisbane, Yuyang are already moving towards middle. Then there's the Conch, and for the C flank, which is very heavy, we have a Stalin just on observer situation here, waiting there for now. And then the Schlieffen, Marseille, Gearing, and Des Moines going wide. So we will have 2 smoke screens against each other.
Yay!
Sherman actually opting not to go mid here, but C instead. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, maybe I can see the Sherman at the B-cap for Hydro control, and no, it's just not what we're doing.
Maybe they're afraid of Brisbane props. I'm not sure. Like you saw the Yuyang before from Poppy, and
Yeah, but
maybe Yuyang Brisbane that they were afraid of. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you can, like, park up behind the rock in B-cap instead. Like, the Yuyang is just allowed to contest B completely for free. This is usually a cap that should just be hard locked down, because if you go into there, like, the Vermont would have shots, the Kleber would have shots, and if they didn't have shots, then you'd have long-range shots coming in from the C flank and the A flank, because the bottom
It's
island
fine,
inside the
but
B-cap is not
look at
protected.
it like this way. Fine, so, like, sure, they give up B for now, but the Klep can just go in and block it. But look at A-Cap. A-Cap is completely lost right now for the red side. Look at
Just
where TORAZ right now is. I wish the Vermont from Sniping Kid, which already has taken a lot of damage, would now play and, like, actually go for the island to, like, actually save this cap and not get pushed back again, which they might be overextending. We'll know soon. But for now, they have a lot of map control. They'll block B again, and unless the Yuyang stays in there, which is very dangerous, they will get it and have 3 caps ticking for now.
Yeah, I don't really see Poppy's game plan here. Like, obviously they were supposed to go for a heavy C play, but considering how much stuff TORAZ has sitting above C, I'm not really seeing that succeed anytime soon.
Well, the smoke and the Schleifen up the island at sea. Yeah,
And that's the thing, even if they flip C, what are they gonna do from there? They're gonna lose B in the midterm, and they're not gonna get A back ever, unless like these tops are connecting, but nah.
I'm not sure why the Klep is so hesitant to go into B. Like, there is no Marseille going to be there. There is no Stalin going to be there.
Yeah, they should have
So-
enough info to like send them in there. It's not lag mod as well.
Brisbane's currently caught in radar. He got a little bit too close to this other Brisbane gearing combination. Not for me. Like, maybe the Vermont gets a salvo at him. Well, they know where he is,
It's-
so now Kleber can go into B,
Yeah,
right?
Vermont is shooting, but it's so far away.
Oh, the Napoli also has HE loaded, not AP for the Brisbane. Not abusing the overmatch there.
So you bring Vermont for its big concealment values, right? That's the big thing about Vermont. Big concealment, big
Pretty
guns.
stealthy, and you can just, in the end, for example, on this map, you can sometimes truck people just into B in their battleships, and they just tank and block the cap, and yeah, like Vermont is good for that.
Vermont does get the same here as Ohio, so it's actually really good at tanking some short-term burst damage. Obviously, if you get farmed for longer amounts of time, you just still die. Also, if you catch someone with a Vermont server somewhere, you usually just explode. There's no RNG in that. You just die.
But Henning, I've been informed by Twitch chat that this game is mostly RNG and no skill.
That's true.
It's just
But
very
currently,
true.
TORAZ is
You
just
just have
winning
to
in
rig it by playing better.
Even just gets chunked hard by a Vincent. He is trying to get into the C cap, but
Okay,
what is
there's
he?
a Yuying smoke for A. But none of the sides have a radar right now. So he could have just gone into A, abused that he has a better concealment than the clap, and just got it, because there is no way the gearing stays like really close to A to spot him, because then his Brisbane doesn't have a smoke.
Bobby
So he
is
could
like,
have just taken A here.
Bobby's trying to like put their Schlieffen into the C cap right now, but he's just getting
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Do they have a
he's having
smoke
fun.
for him? They do theoretically
Yes.
have a smoke. I wonder why
Oh,
he's just charging him without the smoke.
Yeah, the gearing is reversing, trying to get to him. And the
Come
Schlieffen
back,
is
I want
running.
a smoke here!
Disconnected. He just wants to go for the next island, I guess, and that is not going to happen.
I don't need your smoke. There's one here already. Let me just go try and get. Oh wait, never mind. I'm dead.
Yeah, the Sherman just spotting him from the side.
Yep.
Vermont salvo coming in. There's literally nothing. Okay, understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah, that's shooting from way too much range here with the Vermont. He's finally turned in, so
Well, the Schlieffen got dark for a second. He's now on 73 health and dark, but he's dead. So okay. That push didn't go the way they wanted.
Yeah.
At least they got the
Yeah,
cap
probably
out of it.
Bobby trades the Schlieffen for a cap. It's just not worth it. Especially not if you're like 500 points behind at that point and you're still down a cap.
Brisbane radar picks up all the Clevers and Brisbanes and Gearings and everything, but they don't manage to get the cap off the back of it just yet. I don't know if the Yuyang can even dive the island right now, so I don't even think they get this right now.
Brisbane is running high.
could have had it already.
Stops.
But now here's the issue. Theoretically, a C can get repushed. And
Oh, yeah,
They're
for sure.
interested.
The Schlieffen dying completely opened up a counter push for sure.
But Stalin isn't really doing anything. Plus, if they want to get B, they will have to pull forces away from C, so they can't do that. Which means the A forces have to win against the forces on A and the forces which are in the middle, which are double clap and woman, which can also come over to A. And the
Bobby's
Brisbane is in a
getting
really bad spot
crossfired,
and might just die here.
Yeah. Kleber, ouch!
He gets chunked,
Yeah.
citadeled, he's dead, and that is the A flank probably gone forever.
Yeah, now Yuyang is caught in a very, very awkward situation because he has, like, you know, everything in the world raining down on him. Inting on purpose does eat a torpedo on purpose.
We also
Yeah,
are
so
at 940 points, so it's a 1-cap win already, and it's nearly over, so they need to get a kill quick, and there is no one really low that they can actually kill.
Yeah, I fail to see anything that is like killable here. Like they need to like get miracle tops on like a Kleber or something.
I'm sure
I guess the
Yuyang will
Kleber
get
is
right on
trying
that.
to get into the B cap here, so they're gonna block the point income completely. Which at least forces TORAZ to come back and not just completely abandon everything. Which TORAZ is actually just abandoning everything right now.
You
But the
mean the
Marseille,
gear.
look at the Marseille. The
Oh,
Marseille
what
won't
is
survive here. The Marseille is just dying, and that's enough for a win. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
if the
it is.
caps are blocked. Marseille is dead here. So
Why is he charging in like this?
desperation.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought they couldn't block in time, but he's just dead, and that is game 2 flipped for TORAZ as well.
Well,
A little bit of
let's-
disconnect about the forces, like what's happening here. Like, this push is just not gonna achieve anything, and yeah. This kid is gonna end the game, which will end the series as a 2-0 in favor of TORAZ. There we go.
Congratulations to TORAZ. 2-0 in that series. Will it for our next game? We need to go. Go find who's our next game? Who's the host? Go find out. Go. Been pinged, right? Been pinged.
Have you been pinged? Your boy
Your boy
versus
was popping.
TPI.
Hi, coming. Sorry. Yes.
All right. Do we know the room host?
IIDX, I think.